Welcome back, everybody. So today I am going to show you an easy recipe for egg fried rice. And actually I say easy, but egg fried rice is just easy and simple to make. I never thought about filming this recipe, but I had someone reach out to me on Instagram recently, and even in the past I've had requests for this. So I thought, let me make it and show you how I put this together. So here we go. Okay, so let's go over the ingredients. Here I have a cup to a cup and a half of day-old rice. I just spread it out on the baking sheet just to sort of dry it out, but this is actually day-old, so it's very cold and it's just been in the fridge. Now, if you do make fresh rice, you're going to want to do exactly what I've done here with the hot, freshly cooked rice. Spread it out on a large baking sheet and let it come to room temperature, and if you have the chance, put it in the fridge. You just want it to kind of dry out. I'm only going to, since I'm only making a little bit of rice, I would say to that amount, I guess 2 large eggs, one to 2 large eggs. Depends how much egg to rice ratio you want. I'll go with 2. And then I'm going to use 2 scallions or spring onion, 1 clove of garlic, a little bit of low sodium soy sauce. Some people call this light soy sauce. Basically, it's not the dark soy sauce. And I'm also going to add just a pinch of salt and finish it off with sesame oil, and that is it. That's pretty much what's happening with the egg fried rice. Okay, so I'm just going to prep my garlic, and I'll tell you what, I'll start with this. I'm going to separate the white from the green part because I'm going to stir fry and saute the white of the scallion and then finish it with the fresh green part. So that's why I like to separate it. And I'm just going to roughly chop this. Okay, so I have my pan preheating on a high heat, medium high to high heat. This is a small burner, so I have it cranked up to high. I'm going to add 1.5 tablespoons to 2 tablespoons of cooking oil. I'm going to give that a little. Now I'm going to add my garlic, and I doubled this recipe, so I added 2 cloves of garlic. My son and my husband want to have this rice, so I'm going to make them a serving, and it's basically 1 cup of rice to 1 large egg is kind of the ratio that I follow. Now going in with the whites of my 2 scallions. I'm going to saute that quickly because this is on a high heat. I don't want it to burn, but I do want it to become aromatic and sauteed. And before I forget, I will add a pinch of salt. Okay, this took all of 30 seconds. Now I'm going to add my rice. And day-old rice works best when making any kind of fried rice. And if you cook it the day that you're going to make it, like I said earlier, make sure you dry it out, spread it on a baking sheet, and that will help texturally when you're frying the rice. So I'm just going to warm this through because it is cold rice. I'm going to stir fry it for a minute or so. That managed to stir fry and saute for a minute or so, so I'm pushing it off to the side. I'm not going to remove it from the pan. I like to do this in one pan. And what I like to do is create a space in my pan, add another maybe 1/2 tablespoon of oil, and now go in with your eggs. I've beaten both of my large eggs. And now I'm just going to work it on one side of my pan to cook it. And once it's cooked, I'm going to start combining it with the rice. Okay, so it's kind of cooked, and now I'm going to sort of flip it. I know a lot of people like to cook the eggs separately and add it, but in my opinion, the whole point of an easy fried rice is because you're doing it in one pan. The less dishes, the better, in my opinion. Okay, so that is where I want it. So now start working it into your rice. There we go. I'm going to add 1.5 teaspoons to 2 teaspoons of the light soy sauce or low sodium soy sauce. Mix it in. By the way, when you saute the garlic and the green onion, you could saute a little bit of ginger if that's the flavor you like. All right, so this is pretty much where it needs to be. I'm going to shut off the heat. It smells so good. Okay, so time for the fresh green tops of the scallion that I used earlier. And I'm going to finish it with just a light drizzle of sesame. This is sesame oil. Maybe a teaspoon or so. And that's it. Super easy egg fried rice.
I hope you give this recipe a try. I hope you like it, and thanks for watching.